Danny used to live at home with Dad and our brother Stephen. A bit over a year ago now, Danny was admitted to hospital with an infection. His temperature and heart rate were sky high. It took a few weeks to get the infection under control with antibiotics, and they sent him to rehab to build up his strength again. While Danny was in rehab trying to get better, a support service up there rang to see if we had been in touch with the NDIS. They thought Danny might be eligible. The care coordinator we had was great and helped us make the initial contact. We had our first meeting with the NDIS when Danny was still in rehab. We didn't really know what to expect. The NDIS planner said it was very new to her as well. We put together a plan that reflected Danny's and everyone's mindset that he would go home. We asked for some physio to build Danny up, and occupational therapist was going to do some home assessment and see what equipment we might need. Danny was also going to need some help showering and dressing in the morning. Before Danny was admitted to hospital, he was strong enough to get up the stairs to the second story at home, but he was losing that strength. We knew our 84-year-old dad was getting too old to supply that level of support. Dad was also visiting Mum every day, who is in aged care with dementia. The plan was approved, but it was becoming clearer that Danny wasn't going to be going home anytime soon. The social worker at the hospital could also see that Stephen and myself were too busy with work to manage everything. We didn't know where Danny was going to live. There was way too much to be across, so we agreed that our local care coordinator would be his NDIS support coordinator. That was crucial for us. She knew what we wanted and how to navigate the system. Danny was moved to a respite facility while our support coordinator began looking into housing options. But it was very important to the family that Danny stayed living up here on the Northern Beaches. As this time in respite was coming to an end, you were allowed 51 or 61 days, we were forced to decide on somewhere non-existent or miles away, or an aged care facility 15 minutes away. Our support coordinator had exhausted all our options. We had looked into supported accommodation, public housing and private rental, and major home modifications were too complicated. As far as aged care goes, where Danny is at the moment isn't that bad, and it's handy. Danny's got a nice big room and the workers here aren't too bad. His NDIS plan hasn't changed even though he hasn't gone home, but we have used some of his funding to give him more freedom and choice. He has someone come in to help him shower and dress, and so he isn't rushed by the staff, and he goes out for coffee and to the cinema. We are still waiting for a review so he can start physio again. It ran out a few months ago, and he's waiting on a new wheelchair.
Yeah.